Yes, I know.
That was Michelle.
I don't remember it.
Yeah. Oh, come on. No,
I never do.
No. You don't?
No.
You're my kind of performer.
I know. You can understand what I mean.
You know why? Because the balcony gets a fast shake with you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's just
great. Thank you.
Do you remember when you auditioned for a show, any of you? Do you remember?
Oh,
yes.
Do you?
All of them. Truly.
I didn't audition.
You
No,
never auditioned?
I didn't audition for a show, but I have auditioned.
I was working, and I was at the Brooklyn Paramount, and Vinton Friedley was casting for Girl Crazy, which was the first show I did, and Ginger Rogers had already been signed as the star of the show. And he had heard about this gal singer at the Brooklyn Paramount, and he came over and, as we say, caught my act, and I guess he liked me, and taken up to see George Gershwin, which was a thing in my life I'll never forget. Sure. And not only was I in awe of meeting Gershwin, I was in awe of the apartment building he lived in up at Riverside Drive and 72nd Street. I'd never seen anything as big as that in my life. Oh. I went in, you know, and there was the great Gershwin, and he sat down and he played 3 songs, and he said something to me which I'll never forget as long as I live. He said, if there's anything about these songs that you don't like, I'll be most happy to change them. And the 3 songs were I Get Rhythm, Boy What Love Has Done to Me, and Sam and Delilah. And I wound up getting a part in the show.
You're kidding.
So I really never auditioned.
George Gershwin said,
yeah.
You can
you never
yeah.
You can change it. I've never heard of
anything.
Not a
nod.
Would you never change a note in a Gershwin song?
No, but he said you could, though?
He said,
No, he said, if there's anything about these songs that you don't like, I'll be happy to change.
To change them
yes.
for you.
He gave me a picture after I opened, which I treasure. I have it at home, and it's George at the piano, and it says, to Ethel, lucky is the composer who has you singing his songs.
Oh, what a thrill.
Auditions. One of the funniest auditions I know of. We all got together to help. Burlesque was a great fraternity because nobody was bigger than anybody, that bigger, you know?
Yes.
Like you had a few weeks ago, no, it was on yesterday, and Corey. What memories out of it? I didn't know her with her clothes on for a moment, then I dug it. Anyway, we had a comedian in Burlesque, a real heavy, he's since passed on. His name was Jack Diamond. And was a real rough guy and very sensitive, strangely enough. And he was to audition for Kiss Me Kate, you know, the 2 detectives.
Shakespeare.
Yes.
Brush up your Shakespeare.
Brush up your Shakespeare. And he was worried so about his audition for the late Cole Porter and the people involved in the show. He said, I gotta sing for them. And we said, they don't care how you sing. They just want to know, can you carry a melody? He said, I know, but I never sang. So God rest his soul, I keep digging up people. Rags Ragland and I rehearsed him in this way to do it. He walked out on the stage in this empty theater, and it's frightening to have to audition. And in the dark sits the composer, the producer, Cole Porter. And Jack walked out, and they loved him right away. He was perfect for the part, physically, you see. He's a gentleman. I am a very sensitive man, and I've never sung before. I can sing, but I don't want to embarrass you or myself. Please, now they're listening. What is this guy talking about? Is I will audition. If you like what I'm doing, stand up and I'll continue my audition. If you don't like it, stay seated. I will just walk out of the theater and we'll both be spared of this embarrassment. And they laughed. They said, go right ahead, Mr. Diamond. He nodded to the pianist and he said, oh, say, can you? Hey, Rags, I told him about it. I never told people that story.
What a funny man he was.
Oh, Rags in Panama Hattie.
That's all
He was one of the sailors in Panama Hattie.
That's right.
Michelle Lee is going to be an old lady by the time she gets to sing her song.
She's still in town?
She's here, yes, she's here. And she's been back there preparing, and she's getting nervous. And now that she's about to sing her song, tell us a little bit about it.
Well, Michelle Lee, what is she doing?
He's all right.
You know what I say about Michelle Lee? I mean, I think we did How to Succeed for 2 years on. We did How to Succeed for 2 years on Broadway, and I've seen her in other shows like Seesaw. And to me, she's one of the most dynamic and fun and full of exuberance on the stage. And working with her is a great thrill. And I think you're all going to love her voice, and I love her.
I'd love to see you get a break in pictures.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Let me tell you what Howard Tubman said. She's pretty enough to stir up the wolves in New York and Rome, and her energy will remind you of a young Ethel Merman. Here she, how about that? Here she is,
going out
singing
my
a
wheelchair.
song from Seesaw, Michelle Lee.
You gave the man your number and the man calls, and he seems a little nervous and shy. You don't make him shyer or nervouser. You help him out, at least you try. Or he's just gonna say goodbye, which is exactly what he said. Goodbye. When it comes to men, do I ever do what's right? Any year, any month, any morning, afternoon, or night. If there's a wrong way to say it, a wrong way to play it, nobody does it like me. If there's a wrong way to do it, a right way to screw it up, nobody does it like me. I've got a big loud mouth, I'm always talking much too free. If you go for tact and manners, better stay away from me. If there's a wrong way to keep it cool, the right way to be a fool, nobody does it like me. If there's a wrong bell, I ring it, a wrong note, I sing it. Nobody does it like me. If there's a problem, I duck it, I don't solve it, I just buck it up.